But you know what? You know what's even better than the bloodline of the Targaryens? Getting Shreked, because Shrek blood is just as good as the Targaryens, nay,
God.
better than the Targaryens. And you know what's great about Shrek is that they're working on a Shrek 5, baby. Variety tells us over here. Beyond running Illumination, Meledandri, who sat down with Variety with Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto for this week's cover story on the making of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, also serves as a creative partner to DreamWorks Animation, and it looks to reboot the Shrek franchise. In that capacity, he's keen to see the return of the film's original voice cast, which includes Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, and Eddie Murphy for Shrek 5. He says here in this quote, "It's not that dissimilar to the process that we went through with Mario, where you look at what the core elements are that audiences have loved, and you do your very best to honor those core elements," Meledandri said. Why do they have such a strange name? "And then you're hard at work to build story elements and new characters that take you to brand new places. The original cast is a huge part of that. Though no deals are in place," he said, "negotiations with the actors are going well. We anticipate the cast coming back. Talks are starting now, and every indication that we've gotten is there's tremendous enthusiasm on behalf of the actors to return," he said. Listen, I don't think that's a reboot. I don't think that's a reboot of Shrek if they're bringing back the original cast.
Right.
And if you're going to call it Shrek 5, it's definitely not a reboot. That's another sequel. Is it called a sequel if it's a fifth movie? What do you call that?
It's a sequel, yeah.
Okay, good. It's not. It's like a saga, I guess, with all the movies.
Yeah.
But I think it's, to me, I think Shrek 1 and 2 are the best ones. And once you get to the Shrek the third and then the fourth, you're like, all right, well, you could kind of cut that for now.
Right.
It made sense to me business-wise why they would want to just put a hold on this whole thing. Plus the fact that Mike Myers retired, Cameron Diaz decided to retire, Eddie Murphy retired. They literally all retired around the same time.
But now it seems like they're all coming back.
There's like a resurgence.
Out of retirement. Mike Myers has done a few things already. There's Cameron Diaz is actually coming out of retirement. She's going to be doing a movie pretty soon. Her first movie back out of retirement. I cannot remember what it is, but it was announced.
Yeah, I do
and
not
Eddie
remember.
Murphy's been back for a few years already doing stuff.
Yeah.
So they're all coming back. I mean,
not to mention Puss in Boots 2 really set it up for Shrek 5.
Right. There's renewed interest now in the IP because of Puss in Boots 2 and how successful it was.
But also, if you think about it this way, like I'm 28 years old, and when I first watched Shrek, I was like a preteen, not even, And so growing up with this franchise, now that I'm like a quote unquote adult, I get to watch Shrek again and just be a fan of it because I grew up with it, right? This is definitely a play on nostalgia for sure. But also the really nice thing about this animation stuff, it makes me think of Puss in Boots 2 because Puss in Boots 1 and 2 are like 10 years apart from each other. I don't know if you knew that, but
No, I did not.
It is a very big gap between when each one was released. But also, they didn't work on number 2 until they figured out some really cool new art style and had a good story to tell. When there's a story worth telling and you've taken all the time that you need to figure that out and it's time to go, then do it. So if there's a good story for Shrek 5, I'm in. We just got to make sure that we're not sucking it dry like we did to the fourth and the third movie. And again, I think most fans that have grown up with it are becoming directors and producers and casting directors and whatnot. So we understand it better now. We know what we want from another Shrek movie if it were to come. So again, I'm hyped. I'm ready to Shrek it up. It's not all ogre until it's ogre,
Get ready to get Shreked.
Get Shreked.
I don't know if I want to get Shreked. Jesus.
Hey man, somebody once told me the world is kind of roamy.
Listen, Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Yeah, that's true, exactly. But yeah, I mean, are you excited about this movie? Like, are you looking forward to it? Would you go to the theaters, Raul?
I think there's been enough distance from Shrek that because I remember after the fourth one, I was kind of like, all right, if I don't see another Shrek movie, I'm fine. But there's been quite a distance now since the last Shrek movie. And, yeah, and then now with Puss in Boots coming out and being so successful, it has gotten a lot of people interested in this universe, I guess, again. So the fact that they're jumping on this and the success of Puss in Boots and they're kind of striking while the iron is hot right now and saying, well, let's develop a Shrek 5, I think is a, it's a great business move, and I think a lot of people are kind of ready to jump back into this world now. And I'll be honest, I think yeah, I think I'd like to see another Shrek. And especially there's been such a long distance of time now. It's kind of like with the Toy Story films, like with Toy Story 4, it had been so long since Toy Story 3, but because of the distance of time, it was enough time for them to kind of develop it and they decide, like, okay, we have a good story to tell, so let's go ahead and tell a story. We weren't trying to rush a sequel out just to rush a sequel out. We have a good story that we can actually tell, and I'm hoping that that's the same case with Shrek 5.
Yeah, I think the animation's going to be different. I do have a feeling about that at least, because
updated. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Like the animation they're really following into the Spider-Verse. Like Puss in Boots specifically, when they made their sequel, there was a lot of Spider-Verse art style inspiration in there, which I was all for because it looked incredible. And I will always know that song now of "Who is the greatest fearless hero? Who is the greatest fearless hero?" I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with Antonio Banderas as that beautiful, beautiful cat man. But I think this is gonna be a good idea. We'll have to wait and see until a trailer drops. I'm already imagining the Smash Mouth song popping in as like a slow, like energizing trailer song. You know what I mean? The somebody once told me that.
I swear to God, if they do the stupid like solo piano note that they do in all the freaking trailers now, where it starts with the. Dun, 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 dun.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
That is just a sidebar. That is a very obnoxious thing that trailers do now. I'm so sick of it. I hate the lone solo piano note.
I don't know, man. It gets me every time, but that's because of nostalgia.
Can we stop doing that, please? Let's get away from that. Anyway, back to Shrek.
That's true. Yes. No, I think that's all we have to say about Shrek, though. Unless you have anything else to mention.
No. I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to diving back into this. I hope they've got a good story, and I hope they can get everybody back, because that'd be great to get the original cast back.
Yeah, I mean, again, based on our article, it sounds like they're definitely all coming back, so that'll be really exciting.
And they sound like they want to come back, which is great.
I mean, listen, business-wise, let's talk about business again. If I was Cameron Diaz, if I was Mike Myers, if I was Eddie Murphy, it's an incredible business strategy to do this again, because now if you're back from your retirement and you want to be the center of attention again in Hollywood, there's your project right there. You do that movie, and then you can go out and do other cool stuff, because now you're off talking on talk show hosts and stuff like that, and your face is going to be seen a lot more now because of Shrek 5.
And it's a new generation. You're being exposed to a new generation, or a new generation of kids will now discover Shrek.
And Nickelodeon and Paramount Plus will have excuses to put all the Shrek movies on there, and people can watch it on television. All the kids are going to get to know Shrek. Then they're going to make a Shrek TV show called Shrek Juniors, where they
Paramount?
Paramount, right, because Paramount Plus does all the Nickelodeon stuff.
Yeah, but Shrek isn't a Nickelodeon. Has nothing to do with Nickelodeon.
That's true.
Shrek is DreamWorks, which is owned by NBC Universal.
Then I am wrong.
Peacock. It's going to be on Peacock.
It's going to be on Peacock, yes. It'll be on a streaming service, dang it. But I think everything's a business move, man. But again, even just compared to everything we've been talking about today, everything has to be streaming service related in some way. Like, it's all interconnected so that they can make more money. And every streaming service right now, it sounds like, is playing it safe because they know what we all want already. They don't want to try something new, which, I always say, let's do something new. But then whenever something new comes out, we always complain, oh, this is bad. I don't like it. Well, then what do we do then? We can't do new things if nobody likes new things. Let's just do Shrek 5. But I digress. I'm excited about Shrek 5. I want to see Shrek 5 super bad, but I want to see the animation style.